Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Almighty Allah, the entirely merciful and especially merciful. Dear viewers across the globe, I greet you with the greeting of peace. So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May peace be with you. Ameen. Dear viewers, welcome to this program. Welcome to take treasures from the Holy Quran. This is the content of our episodes that we cover every day. We try to cover one of these ayat, very essential and very beneficial ayat in the life of Muslims. And not only that, in the life of all human beings. And there are many levels that we can focus on. For example, some ayat are particularly for each individual, not just, for basic individuals like I would say that for believers. Some of them are wider than this, for every individual in the entire world. Some others are a little bit more wide for this, for the community. For example, the smallest community, which is the basic cell of any society, which is, for example, the family. Some others are a little bit wider than this, that may help a wider community. And I mean by that, every individual in the wider community. And today I'm going to focus on ayat that may benefit every individual on the globe. This is so amazing. A lesson that can benefit all these individuals since the creation of Adam until the beginning of the Day of Judgment. It's something so amazing, you never came across something similar to this. Only in the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this constitutes part of the uniqueness of these verses that we are trying to deal with. This is verse number 28, chapter number 13, Surah Al-Ra'd. It's only one ayah, even though I'll focus on the part of the ayah, the end of the ayah, not even all of it, to make it easy for you and for everyone. It talks about the serenity of the hearts. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم الذين آمنوا وتطمئن قلوبهم بذكر الله ألا بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب. Those who believed in the oneness of Allah and whose hearts find rest and serenity in the remembrance of Allah. The focus is on the last part, أَلَا بِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ تَطْمَئِنُّ الْقُلُوبِ, that and whose hearts find serenity and rest in the remembrance of Allah. There's more particular focus in this ayah in particular for all those people, particularly the doctors, the specialists, those who are dealing with heart problems, those who deal with these diseases that deal with the heart, or you can call them the mental diseases, all of them are concerned by this. Special focus for them, and I'd like to draw their attention to a basic kind of knowledge. We are created by Almighty Allah. Allah is the one who created our hearts and our minds, which simply imply that the one who is capable of giving the right treatment is the Creator. The one who created these hearts is the one who is capable of giving the right remedy and right treatment for these hearts. Very simple. And this may imply that a lot of specialized doctors particularly those who clean with psychology, right, may reconsider their situation and may think within different angle, saying that instead of experimenting with these hearts and these minds, where they are doing a lot of experimentation. Some of them are good trials, no doubt. Some others are not. However, to reevaluate the whole issue is that we look at it differently. Here we say that, and I would advise every doctor to write on the gate of his clinic or the door of his clinic something like this. ألا بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب. Indeed, with the mention of, with the remembrance of Allah, hearts find rest and comfort. Wow. All the problems of the hearts is because of the lackness of remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm quite sure for those people who mastered the art of saying the adhkar, the daily adhkar, the morning adhkar, the dhikr, remembrance of Allah, there are specific statements that a Muslim, an average Muslim, recites almost every day. Some of them are in the morning, some of them are in the evening, some of them before sleep, some of them perhaps they are as long as maximum 1 page full, and they can occupy half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening or in the afternoon. But they really do magic. They do a lot of changes. And that's why those who are specialized in these issues of azkar, they always may reject the idea of going to psychologists or to psychiatrists. They say that there is no need for that. We go to the creator of the hearts, the one who is capable of giving these rest and these solutions and these remedies for the hearts of the human. They are creation of Allah, and Allah knows them quite well, and Allah knows what solves their problems. All these kinds of anxieties and all of these kinds of unrest and all of these kinds of psychological diseases, or call them mental diseases, all these problems stem from the hearts. People don't know how to deal with the hearts peacefully and in the right direction. The Muslim scholars would provide us with the solutions for all these problems. And I'm quite sure that you start listening carefully to this phrase. Yes, they have these problems. They do have the solutions because they are fully acquainted with the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they know well how to use the book carefully according to the methodology of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, not according to their own desires and whims and trials and experimentation. No. They see the methodology and the method of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They try to follow it and apply it in their life. And this is within the reach of an average human being. And the more you understand the rationale behind it, and the more you understand the value of the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the more you remember Allah properly and use these remembrances in the right way and in the right position and in the right situation, the more benefits you get from it. And that's why these kinds of adhkar and remembrance are classified according to times and situations. So in the morning, you need to do this and this and this and this. And in the afternoon, you need to do this and this and this and this. And in times of anxiety, you need to use this and this and that, and so on and so forth. by following these exactly and use them exactly as our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did, you will definitely find some sort of comfort and peace of mind in your heart and in your mind. This is something that's needed by every human being. These are very valuable tips of advice for every human being. Even if you don't suffer from any mental disease, you still need them. At least at certain times you may need that. It's a good use of investment, or the good way of investing our time by learning these things. And I wish that every doctor and every parent and every leader in the world would take some lessons in this area. Yes, again, leaders of the world, professors, parents, specialized doctors, they need a lot of this. And I wish I can offer some courses in universities or in distance education globally, so that as many as human beings as I can teach them how to use this properly, based on the background knowledge that I get from the scholars of Islam. This is exactly what we need in order to restore this kind of rest of mind and rest of heart and live peaceful life. This is a goal and a target for this program. And for many human beings, they need this. I'm quite sure that it will be of interest to all human beings once they know that it cures these mental diseases and guaranteed or your money back. Yes, 2 or 3 sessions maximum can help a human being to solve the problems, the easy problems that most of the humans suffer because of the stress and the anxieties that fill all the corners of societies nowadays. And the more advanced our life becomes, the more complicated this kind of life becomes, the more people need these solutions and these cures. And the Quran, and if you examine the linguistic, at least the linguistic aspect of this verse, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Ala, indeed, there is a lot of assurance in this, that with the mention of, or with the remembrance of Allah all the time, that the more you remember Allah and His name, beautiful and perfect names and attributes, the more you invest your time reading about that and learning about that, the more things become easier and easier and easier." Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows us. He created us, and He knows the exact composition of every cell in our brain and in our bodies. And He knows how they function, these cells function, and how these cells coordinate with each other. And He knows what problems they suffer from, and how these anxieties can be dealt with. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, out of His mercy, He made these kinds of remembrance available for everyone, again and again, for free. This may be of interest for some people because they don't want to spend similar amounts of money that they spend with those doctors who deal with mental disease, because they charge a lot. Here, I'm telling you that we're not charging a lot. We're not charging money at all. We are just giving them guidance to where they can easily find these references and these remembrances and these quotations that need to be said. They are not long, by the way. As I said, maximum 2 or 3 sessions may be enough for a person to know the initial things, not only the initial thing, to know the daily practices. And the more you give yourself opportunity to practice them, the more you will observe yourself, the improvement that's happening in your case, or in your child case, or in your student's case, or with any human being who deals with these kinds of quotations and remembrances. These are some of the secrets. I don't want to say secrets of the Quran. I would say that they are available for everyone, so they are no longer secrets. Those secrets, those things that you can pay a lot of money for them when you go to specialized doctor, who deals with mental diseases, you can get them for free. And this is the importance of attending these or similar episodes that are similar to this kind, because it causes you nothing. It costs you nothing. You're just required to attend and to pay attention and to understand this and to go deeper and deeper, and with little extra research, you will find yourself perhaps after a week, you become a master of this science that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it available for average human beings. And this is a sign of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Again, this can be classified as the kind of Ar-Rahman. It falls under the beautiful and the perfect name of Ar-Rahman. He gives His mercy, and He lets every human can enjoy this kind of mercy. It does not require at all that there is a certain level of requirements for learning this. You just need to be a human being, and you are already a human being. You are not going to reinvent the wheel. I am not going to reinvent the wheel. We just get the access to the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We just open our hearts and minds and listen carefully to what is said. And we can do some extra research after closing or after ending listening this episode. And after that, you will find the fruits and the happiness and the rest and the peace that you are enjoying. And therefore we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us these blessings, and we continually ask Him to give us support and ability and the skills and the powers to spread these beautiful things so that all humans can enjoy peace of heart and mind. Ameen, ameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.